Justin Helmick is one of the finds in open water swimming, which was previously known as marathon. The sports administrators have embarked on a 4-year development plan for participants, and some shining lights are beginning to surface.
And already in our first year we're getting the likes of Justin Helmick, 19 years of age, out of Glenorchy. We've got Jason O'Malley out of South Australia, a 15-year-old going on 16. Both exciting new talents coming in, and they're the new wave. We've also got Melissa Cunningham, who's been doing it perhaps 6 months longer than they have, a 19-year-old girl out of Brisbane. Ian Finley's protege. She's now sort of moved down to Victoria and she's training with myself, but she's really exciting talent.
Today's state titles are part of a vital lead-up to next month.
20th of March is D-Day for a lot of them, and a lot of Tasmanians are going not only doing well here, they're actually entering the Nationals, and I believe that we'll come home with a lot of medals out of the open water section besides what we'll pick up in the pool.
And if numbers count, the aquatic challenge of open water swimming is one of Australia's growing sports.
5 of the 7 states of Australia now have their own competitions. There's championships and other meets, so basically there are meets on every week or two during the summer season.
Launceston's Lake Trevellyn played host to the elite swimmers. The task ahead, 16 laps of the 1 kilometre course. The event is the first leg of the first ever Australian Open Water Grand Prix. World champion David Bates was quick to set up a break in the men's section, while another world champ, Melissa Cunningham, did likewise in the women's division. However, luck didn't run the way of New South Wales ace Susie Maroney, the English Channel conqueror, forced out of the race by leg cramp.
Ever since I did the Channel, my left leg's been playing up. I've just kept getting cramps, so I think the cold just really got into my leg and there was nothing I could do about it. You know, they pulled me out. I didn't want to get out.
Today's conditions reflect the true meaning of an open water event, although last week's heavy rain did have the organisers thinking.
We came up here and actually the parks people here and also the dam people have been pretty helpful, and they gave us all the temperatures we needed and told us what the height was going to be, and there was no problems.
And no problems, the scenario for Queensland teenager David Bates in the men's 16K.
18 years of age, and we're looking for big things from him for the Pan Pacs and also the World Cup.
The second leg of the Grand Prix will be held on Canberra's Lake Burleigh Griffin next Sunday.
It's not everyone's ideal place to take a plunge and prove you're the best.
The water is cold here. I was informed this morning that the lake is now full again of water. It was down a little bit because they were doing some work up there, but the temperature will be pretty close to the legal limit of 16 degrees.
But the Grand Prix is bringing to Launceston the cream of open water swimming.
This is the first time when we've had not only the very best swimmers in Australia here, but as it turns out, because we won the World Team Championship and the 2 individual golds at the last World Titles, we actually have the very best in the world.
World champions Melissa Cunningham and Shelley Taylor-Smith head the list. In the men's, world number 1 Grant Robinson. They will swim 16 kilometres beginning at 9 a.m.
With these last few weary strokes and a touch of a fingernail, Dan Curtis wins his war with the River Derwent. The American marathon swimmer pushing his body to the limit over 34 kilometres, swimming from New Norfolk to the Tasman Bridge.
When you start having a bit of pain, then you try to remember your technique in swimming, to glide and to breathe in a relaxed fashion, and then that sort of gets you back into the zone. which allows you to keep going.
The official time, 15 hours 57 minutes, well short of the 9-hour 19-minute record set in 1976, though these conditions were more than testing.
The water started getting more choppy and it continued until the end. And so it was dealing with swimming through, waves and the boats that are with us moving around in the wind.
Emerging from the water after his superhuman feat, Dan Curtis spending the night in hospital as a precaution, but already planning his return next year with friends in tow. Mitch Broughton, Southern Cross News.